Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D 4X. That's a 2D 4X video game that I'm making while I learn Godot.Net. That's the C-sharp version of Godot. It's a post-apocalyptic game. It takes place in North America. We're only doing Oregon and one county in Washington right now because that's all we need for testing. But eventually it will be all of North America. Maybe we'll have like a nuke went off in the Panama Canal or something. Uh, and that will be why we're only doing North America. I don't know what the plan is there. My fear is I'll have too many counties and it'll bog down the game, and that's that's why we're only doing North America. It'd be nice to do the whole world, but we'll figure that out at some point. Um, so I have things. I have this little project in GitHub that anyone can see. You can look at it. For some reason, it says my bit rate is trash right now. Uh, I'm going to put my test thing that makes people, I have this theory, it makes people not post messages, which is not what I want, but then chat when I do that hello over there. But whatever. So we can assign, there's a bug that we got to fix, and I should probably mark these things as bugs, but I never do. But basically you can go in here, we have a person, well, right there is the person. They're working at the researcher's office. We put in this person's interest is warfare, interesting. And currently, right now, I'm clicking all the wrong buttons. In research, they're researching basic storage. We can assign them twice. Jimmy Barnes, is that really that person's name? Sure is. So that is a bug, and we got to fix that because now they're up here twice. So that shouldn't be that hard, I hope. We actually have it open right here. And there should be generate a sign, clear researcher, show, add player research to UI. That's a different thing. Generate assigned researchers. No, these are assigned research. Check for researchers. That's a different thing. Maybe this is not the spot. Let's look over here. I should have set this up a little better. I always just, fuck it, and I start streaming. It's not here. It's going to be under this control. And it should be under the description. Actually, it's here. It is this thing. Container, because it's under the description where you assign the person. Select researchers. Generate heroes panel list. I think this name is wrong. Oh, maybe it is right. How are we doing? I've jumped over to county info. No. Assign researcher menu button. Here's the menu button. If the researcher is done, we hide the button. Assign the researcher button. That is this button here. Is shown just always. Well, if it gets past this. This is that we clear out these things, and then for each person here, for each county that we have a hero in, go through every county data that is built. Yes, and if it produces research, then add it to the assignable. Okay, so here's where things are going wrong. If the county improvement, and then for each person in this county improvement who's at the county improvement, we add them in here, but we need to do it if they're not already researching, if they're set to research. So can we do this? It looks like we just need an if in here, though I feel like No, I was just thinking about a different part that I wrote yesterday that I was like, oh shit, I think it's gonna have a bug. But no, I think it's gonna be okay. If county population. So we found out yesterday that it was a bug, but I actually kind of liked it, where the county population is actually set to work when they get assigned to a building. And so on this little thing over here, I got to close out all this. It will say work. This is a hero. Heroes are what I call like your leaders and stuff, like kind of like from Heroes of Might and Magic. Um, it says work here until you assign them, and that was a bug, until you assign them to actually research something. So what we should probably, so it could be either one. So if so it could be work or idle, and that's it, I think. If county population dot activity is not equal to research, whoops, that's not, it would actually filled it in for us there. I could have just selected it. All enums dot activities dot research, and that should be, then we add them in there. Let's rerun this. If that's all that is to fix that. That was one line, I guess. Now my bitrate is fine. I don't know what was going on there. I am streaming to 2 different places at the same time. So to do this, we need to go to county improvements. We need to build a researcher's office. We need to, well, we don't need to do that yet. We just need to wait here. I think I need to make this pause thing bigger. Maybe move it down here and make it bigger. I notice often it's kind of hard to see. It's like I don't know. Everything's utilitarian right now. What the fuck am I doing here? So we look here. Yeah, so see how it says work? This person's working. This person has a 1 in scavenging skill. That's terrible. So is this person. I thought I was doing, oh no, this is skills. Attributes, you can get 20 to 80. Skills, you can get a 1. That's terrible, but they're scavenging. You still get stuff, you just don't get bonus stuff. All of that is unimportant to what we're doing right now. We're going to assign this person. Antonio Riviera is their name. Let me look again to make sure. Antonio, not Adam Howard, that is our hero. Currently our heroes can only research, but they're gonna have a, well, they can move around the map and fight wars and stuff, but for you that all for your faction, all they can do is research, but we're going to be adding stuff to them. Maybe we'll do that next, after, not today, but after we finish this round of population AI. The fuck was I doing? Oh yeah, so now he's been assigned to research, so we need to go back and see. Yeah, they're not on there anymore, and they're up here. There was something else we need to test though. We might be able to test it right here. But we can't cancel it. I forgot. You can't cancel someone from research if they're, damn it. I just thought of a reason why you'd want to be able to do that. To assign them a different, so I programmed that in there on purpose. But I just thought of a reason why you would want to be able to cancel that. So a lot of this, how this game works is that, the population is supposed to be doing their own thing. You're not in control of them to a point. And so I was like, oh, well, once they're researching, they'll just do that until they're done. But it just dawned on me, you would want to change it if you wanted to change what they were researching. So I guess we need to fix that too. So that also, I think, is going to be, no, that's going to be in the research control. Let's fix that too. We'll rerun it. We'll test it, and I think we're done with this part. Generate assigned researchers. Here it is. So this is, does this have where they are working? No, it just says what they're doing. Then we're going to probably have to make that better at some point, because it's currently like Antonio Riviera here. We don't know where the fuck this guy is. And he could be a hero for all we know from that information. So that's going to probably need some more. So this is if the county population is working at a research office, then the button is disabled so they can't be removed from research. That's this little thing right here. So we should be able to just comment this out. This one line of, well, 3 lines of code, 4 lines of code here. Then I think it's going to fuck something else up, though, when I do that. I think it's going to set them to the wrong thing. We need to build the research office. We need to let that a day pass. We need to go to our research. Well, let's double check how this looks. God damn it, that close button's suddenly very small. It says work at the research office. We're going to go back to research. We're going to go to here. Julia Jackson. Hey, Riviera again. We're going to assign them. Now let's double check what this looks like. Now it says research. We're going to go back to research. We're going to unassign them. And we didn't get any bugs. What does it say now? Now it says idle. So we need to fix that. That should be, it should say work again. So where is that check box? That is under the, no, that's over here. But it's actually on this thing, I think. Yeah, here's the checkbox. So if, oh no, this is the research item. We don't need that. We need assigned research HBox container. This is it. So I have a thing called research. It's a public class, probably. I mean, I guess we can just hover over. Yeah. And it goes remove research, and then it queue frees itself. Then this sets it to, oh man, that works so well. So this actually is going to set it to idle, which works. So this, if you set this to null, which this is on another public class, if we set this to null, it automatically with a getter setter kicks it. But we need to actually check or tell it. So we need to differentiate if it's a hero or not. I guess we can just do that right here. Right after that, we can go if county population is hero. Then we're going to go if that equals true. We actually want this to say if it's false. Then we will go county population update activity to work. All enums activities work. And then we'll do this and that, and then we'll save that. This feels like a bizarre way to do this. It might not be. If the population isn't a hero, then they must be working at a research office. Thus, we need to make their activity be work. Now let's see if that works. I already forgot the second thing we were going to check. My music that you guys can't hear has stopped, so I should probably restart it. Let's see what we got. We got to build a research office, and we got to let a day pass. And then we got to assign this person research. So the first thing we want to make sure is that Lillian Baker is not on this list twice, which they are not. Let's go back in here and double check. They're still not on this list. Let's close that. Actually, we don't even need to close that. We can go back to here. We can click this button, and let's see what they say. It says work. Let's go back to research. They're back here. We can assign them, but let's not. Let's assign Denise. Let's close this. Let's check here. They're researching. This person's working because we did the thing. Let's go back to research. Let's unassign Denise and make sure that this shows idle. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. The game is finished. All right. Let's go to this and close it. Close this issue. I moved around a couple of issues before I started streaming. So this is kind of a big one. We're actually to like the last couple big ones. This is not an issue. Let's put this in the next round, and let's put a note in here because I kind of like this. I actually kind of like this bug. It shows that the person is working at a research office. We'll comment that, not close it. We'll leave it there to let it stew for a while in my brain. So we only have these last three left, but I added this thing. We're about to go into this one. We're going to be messing with the county improvement, so I figured we might as well. We need to be able to build multiple of the same county improvement. Excuse me. I find it very annoying that you can't. Okay, so this is the. This shouldn't be that terrible to fix. This is when you're in the county population and you go into this description panel, you hit this close button and it closes the whole thing out. I think it should go back to this screen. So this is the county description control. So on close, and a lot of stuff. Look at that. We got a lot of stuff on here. Close button. These I usually put at the very end. So let's move this down here. I didn't know that this was just hiding. Oh, we must have it on visibility change up here. So on visibility change, we unpause time. We hide. Disable the spawn. Am I on the right? Yeah. Hero recruitment confirm panel. I wonder why we're hiding that all the time. That must be. Are we in the right spot? This doesn't seem like the right spot. Let's go down to this close button. And let's look at its signal. I wish you could see the whole thing here. Go to source. Connecting from, but where's it connecting to? All right, I guess. Can I hover over this? Will it tell me? Nope. It's got to be this one. So we don't want to unpause time. Let's just comment this stuff out. We don't want to change their controls. We want to leave it to whatever it was. What we want to do is, I don't remember where I put this thing. We want, it's probably got its own thing. Population list UI element, its own instance. It doesn't have its own instance. We may have put it in player UI. Player UI. What did I call that in this one? I have a couple games that I fuck around with, and player UI canvas. I've started doing things differently. We don't actually have what I want here. We want this thing. Population list. Didn't I already try this? Population. What is your problem? Population list. Let's open that up. I don't really want to make it an instance. It's probably, we don't have an instance of it. We can probably, not probably, we probably, we should put it in here. So I've started doing it where like the top level player UI has all this stuff. Some of this is old code that I'm like still updating. Resource panel is below. Hero panel container is below. Battle log control is just a control. This probably should be the battle log thing, not a control. That's how some of this code, like I said, is really old. So we're going to do population list UI called population list UI element. There we go. And we'll jump back to here. And we'll go player UI instance dot population. What is your problem? List. Why aren't you auto? What is that? Control space. Oh, this isn't player UI. It has another thing. Canvas. There's the word that I wanted. This is all wrong here. Population. There we go. Show. I mean, we could also just not hide it when you click one of those buttons. It'll just be open in the background. But let's see how this works. This should, on visibility change, it should open up this one. I don't know. It's probably better that we open it up because it does do some stuff when you open up the UI element there. Yeah. So let's go to here, we go to population, we go to one of these, we close this, and it didn't work because I forgot to put this thing in here. I need to put my population, whoops, no, this is it. And then run this again. Luckily, at least this one's easy to test. Let's see. Now we got to test another thing too. If we unpause it, we go to here, we go to here. It should have unpaused when we close this. Because it was it should go back to the thing. I need to count. Basically, I need to see these things right here. Let's look at this again. I guess this is a good enough spot. So it says it has number of things paused too. Oh, you know what probably the issue is this. Yeah, that's the issue, I think. It has too many things paused. It's been an ongoing issue forever of how many things are paused or unpaused. So we're going to unpause it. We're going to click on one of these. We're going to open this. We're going to open this. Oh, it unpaused it now. Because this thing's closing. We need this then, and we need this. We need those unpause things, even though we can't get there. Oh, you know, we can get there a different way. We can click on, so it's good that we have those things. Oh, and we do then need that one thing, because you can click on here and it will get you to there. Oh, but then it goes back to here. Fuck. I knew the minute I said something would be easy to fix, it would turn out it was not easy to fix. That's probably why it's that way. When you click on this, you can open this page. We could put like a bool and say like, this is a hero click or something. And it would do two different things. Because the whole problem is that the old way, it would close this and you'd have to go, if you were like looking at multiple people, and it got kind of old. So I guess that's what we got to do. You can't click on that thing yet. I was clicking on it just to make sure I didn't do anything weird to it. There's also this thing. Does this pop up? This does not pop up when you click on it. This is kind of, it gets confusing later on who you have selected. So that's what that is. Which hero? Yeah, so that hero is selected. Okay, so there's two ways to get to this description panel. We want the pause time to happen every time. So on this one, we'll probably want to put a bool in here, I guess. Like I said, and we'll go like, is there another way to check? No, because sometimes, so what I was thinking is if we just say if it's a hero, but sometimes you're going to click on this guy who's a hero, and you do want it to go back to the list. So we'll just put a bool in here, and we'll say what this bool is. This is going to be hero button clicked. And we'll say if the player has clicked the hero, clicked a hero from the list below the county info panel. And then on visibility change, we're going to have it do two different things. So this is going to be the first one. If hero clicked is equal, well, let's start with true, and then we'll put we'll go like this. Actually, that's not what we wanted. We want else in here, and then we'll go like this. We'll figure out to make this prettier in a second here. We don't need this true here then. We can just do that. So this is if it's the other thing. We're showing this. These, once again, I don't know this disabled check thing. I'm going to leave it there. But this should not be show. This should be gone. And this should probably be adjust player controls equals true. That's turning our controls basically back on. And I wonder if we should just and then regardless, we need to make this hero button clicked equals false. We always need to do that. And then on our hero button, hey, Stinkle, how's it going? How's life in the fast lane, as I sometimes say. Then we need to go back to this button over here, wherever the hell it is. It's going to be under my UI scenes, I think. I hope. I think it's this one. Your lane is not fast. Maybe that's a good thing. You know, I often say, like, when I go to coffee, the people who work there always say, like, hey, what are you doing today? You know, they're just being polite or whatever. And I often say nothing. 99% of the time I say nothing, because besides streaming, I am doing nothing. And everyone always is like, I wish I could do nothing. So doing nothing is a good thing. Sometimes. So the slow lane. Wind, how's it going? Yeah, that's a jack shit is good. Because, you know, I don't say, oh, I'm streaming, because I don't really want to, like, what's that? What are you streaming? And I told one guy, and now that's all he wants to talk to me about, coffee. He's actually a video game music. He makes music for video games and works at a coffee shop, which, of course, is like the standard thing, you know? Yeah, exactly. Like, what? I don't know. There's also, and I was talking about this on my other channel one night when I was playing some my other channel, I play video games. I still think there's a stigma to playing video games. And chat was not in agreement 100%, but you know, like, in my mind, if people like, oh, you're a 50-year-old man who sits at your house and streams video games, what a fucking loser. You know, that's how I see it. I don't agree with that, but okay, this is what we need to do here, is be in here, and when we click on this, what's this? You know, it just seems I would like it to be that, and I think it should be, because, you know, like, think of AAA games and the amount of money that is poured into making a AAA game, and then how much money is made from AAA games. If I was to go home and say, oh, I make movies, it would be completely, like, if I at the coffee shop, if they're like, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm gonna go home and work on my movie. That'd be like, holy shit, you're an artist. You know. And I think video games are equal to movies, is what I'm trying to say, but not in the, but that's not how it is equated socially. Am I making any sense? I'm just babbling. So we need to make this thing, though. Where did I just put that bool? I made it private too. Where was that thing? That was under our description panel. Did I close my description panel? I think I did. I got too much crap open now. On here, we don't need the map editor. I always just leave this open for some reason, but I don't actually need that. Back to you. Open up. Where did I just stick? Oh, that's the research description panel. I'm all over the place here. Population description panel. Here we go. This needs to be public. And then we need to go back to here. And we need to go population description instance hero button clicked equals true. And I think, well, let's double check here. So on visibility change, if it's the hero button, we disable that because I don't know what that does. I should have written a comment in there. We just don't. This is on visibility change. We don't pop up this thing. All right, according to I think this might need to be on, but we'll see. My mental testing. Let's see. So we go to here, we go to here, we close this, we get back this thing, which is what we want. We close this, we go to here, we close this, and we get back to this without this list. That's what we wanted. I think that weird thing is this. Yeah, that's what, you know what that weird thing is? Is that when you hit yes, I bet you it just closes this panel, and that's what the on visibility. No, it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what that weird thing is. But I'm not going to mess with it. I've learned my lesson. What is this? And then I comment it out, and the whole game breaks. So, we are done with that. Let's close this thing. One day here, we'll get the... We should do this one next. This one shouldn't be a big deal, I hope. So when we apply the trivia bonus, it dawned on me that you could have a negative skill. It's going to be under attribute. You could get a negative skill roll. Or not a roll, but your skill could be in the negative. And we need just to make it a 1, I think. Yeah, it can never go below 1. It never can be above 100, and it can never go below 1. So let's find wherever I put that. I don't actually remember. It's not going to be there. I think it's a public class, honestly. And I guess I would be wrong about that. It's under attribute data, probably. That would be my guess here. Yeah. You know, that's another thing that's really strange to me too, is that what's that car game that you drive around and you it's a sport though, like it's like soccer but with cars. Can't remember the name of it right now. But anyways, that seems to me like that should be a completely acceptable sport to watch. Rocket League, there we go. But it's not. Like it's completely like, why is it so much different? I'm not into sports at all. I've never been, I guess I played some football in high school. I was bad at it. I was trying to fit in. It didn't work. I thought maybe for a second we already put this in here, but we did not. So this returns the bonus, which is good. I think it's just, in my theory, it's just still, we haven't, like, my high school friends, would still think that video games are for dorks. D&D's for dorks, It's not true. But if I think back to junior high and I was playing D&D at lunch with my friends in junior high, we were a bunch of dorks. I don't think we deserve to be picked on, but even so, that's still like the mentality on the, basically all us old people need to die. That's the long story short. Once all the old people die, it will be no longer be an issue. All right, so let's get rid of this other crap that's in here. What was Joker calling this? Killing zombies? We're gonna kill these zombies. We'll get rid of that. You know what? We'll get rid of this too. I have like a bunch of things going on here. We'll get rid of this too. I don't know what this shit is anymore. But this is not where we need to fix this. We need to go to, so it's when we do a skill check, not, we have this in one spot. No, we don't. I was thinking this is going to be under skill data, actually. And I used to also be like, ooh, like you like this? That's stupid. But as I get older, I stop caring. Like, oh, sure, you like that, and as long as it makes you happy, who gives a fuck? What do I care? You know what I mean? Like, so I definitely also was like that as well. Like hippies. I was thinking about this a lot. Um, like I used to, as a punk rocker, like hippies are the antithesis. Now I'm like, sure, if you want to be a hippie, what the fuck do I care? As long as you're happy. Um, but yeah, definitely win. They're not gonna pick on the other. They're each other until they need to. Skill data. That's where this other thing is. So we should have a check. There's a lot of comments in here. Check, and we apply this. If the roll is less than or equal to this number. So this is the number that could be. So if they have a scale of 5 and they have a -10 to the attribute roll, they would get this would be a -5, and we can't have that. So we need to do this. We need to have an int here, and we need to call it final skill amount. We're going to say equals, and we need it to be 1. We need that math F? I don't think I'm using math F. The max should be this. And this, we just need to add this, and then we need to go here. And then I always do this because I always do this wrong. The max, well, it's not going to be 1, it's going to be 1. So it's going to take the max between these two numbers. So if that's a -5 and there's a 1, it will be a 1. If the skill amount plus the attribute's 50, it will take the 50. Okay, so that's right. I'm going to put a comment in here because make sure the skill level and added with the attribute bonus is not below 1. All right, then let's double check this as well. So then if they roll a 1 and it's a 1, it's a pass, which is what we want. And I'm going to put that in here too because I'm going to forget. I'm going to wonder why. Like, once again, I'm going to be like, why isn't this 0? Rolling a 1 is always a pass, is always I can't think of the word I want to use. Rolling 1 is always a good roll? No. Is always a failure? No, it's good. It's the opposite. 100's always a failure. I guess we gotta put that in there too. 1 is always a, what's the opposite of failure? Success. There we go. Oh, yeah, we got to put this in here too. Oh, I don't know why my brain doesn't work sometimes. So if we have this if, and then this is going to return true, else this returns. So the attribute could, like this could be, let's say this skill, they have 100 in the skill and their bonus is a +20. This could be 120 at this point. But the roll is going to be the roll is only between 1 and 100. if it's less than or equal to the skill amount. But if their skill level um, is a 50, but they roll. You know what? Maybe we'll just do one is always a success, and I'm just gonna be lazy and just like fuck it. 100 is a failure. We won't put that in there. It's not the end of the world. It's not like it's gonna dramatically change anything. I mean, I guess it could. We are gonna do a lot of rolls, but who gives a shit right now? We'll worry about that later. This is all we needed to fix, though. I'm not even gonna test this because I'm so confident. 2 months from now, I'm gonna be like, why is no one passing their skill checks? No one's failed a skill check in 6 months. All right, so this is still in here because we never actually got to test this. Speaking of testing things, when someone is assigned to a research office, they need to stop working. We wrote this, but I hope that it's, there we go. So to test this, we just need to build a research office, and we need to let a day pass, and then we need to assign this person to research, Howard King, and it says that they're up there, and then we just need to let this rock and roll here for a while. Amount of research Howard did. It's still such a terrible. What are we done? Why did you stop researching, Howard? I guess we were done. Oh, we got a bug here. Okay, so we have a problem with. So he stopped working, but he went to idle, and then it kicked him into. What was his name? Howard King. He's still on some list somewhere, though, I think. Yeah, he's still an assigned researcher, though. And then I think. Actually, I'm not sure what's going on there. So he's stopped researching. There's two ways that that can happen. Let's actually look at that. It was in population AI. Okay, so they can keep researching. This is going to set them to idle. This is if they fail the loyalty check. So this is going to set them to idle. They're not going to, but we didn't take them out of the list. We didn't take them off the list of being assigned to that building. So he's still in that building. And then this is the same. So this one would be different though. So if he fails his loyalty check, that means he's not going to work at that building anymore. So this one, we just need to, before we clear out his shit, we just need to go current. No, that's wrong. Do we even have that information assigned to him? Do we have a place where we see this shit in the game? Um, We don't. So we're gonna have to look how we're assigning these people because I already forgot. It's actually here too somewhere, I think. It's not actually in there. It's under. So after they do on their day start, check for any work. No, it's not. How the fuck are we assigning people to research? It's just working. It's just suddenly they started doing it. There's like a gap here, like I was gonna put something here and then I didn't do it. Did I put it in the wrong place? Population research. This is at the end of day. Population is like their random, just they just get some. Check for research buildings and if they exist, see if their assigned research is done. This still needs to be written. That's actually old. How the fuck are these people getting assigned to a research building? And it's saying work, so I think it's wrong. Maybe this whole time it's been working because some people's preferences, their preferred job is research. So on day start, we clear those lists and check for idle. That adds everybody on the list here. For each county improvement that's done, so at this point, let's say it would only be research office. If the county resource type is not equal to none, and the storage is not resource type, what storage type? Because you're not supposed to have any storage. Where are we? County improvement. It has research as a faction resource type. This is checking a county resource type, so it has none. What happens if there's none in here? There is, like, this doesn't even. How the fuck are these people getting assigned to this? It's one of these. So if it checks for the resource type and there's none in there, county resource data is greater than or equal. You know what? You know what it's doing is on generation, it's going through this list of enums, and one of them's none. And so it's generating a list of some of them. So it's going through and it's assigning, I think. Let me double check this. This is under county generation. Friends of Soft Taco or Friends Soft Taco. Friends of Taco or Friends Soft Taco. Let me take a look here. Oh, I usually keep this over here when I open it to make sure. How many hours have you put into this? This is my new question. Here, I can put this over here now. To make sure that it's not something weird. Are you using a shader? The fucking shaders. I don't know why they were so baffling to me. Oh, nice. Countless. I always, I see these videos and I know they're bullshit, but it's like someone made a game in 3 hours or whatever, and um, oh, it's just changing the color. But this isn't. This thing is. Oh, that's just a hex or a hex with a like a layer on the tile map. This thing. Nice. What is the goal of this game? At what like elevator pitch? Don't feel put on the spot. Um, what we're doing? Faction county generation. I'm pretty sure that's where this is getting fucked up. I mean, it isn't. It works, but it's not working the way I want it to, which is like equally bad, I suppose. County generation. Um, I did something similar like that, but with dots, and I just put a tile map um, on top that just it put the dot around. I'm scared. I'm constantly worried about having too many nodes because of that issue I had a long time ago with Hex Demon, where there's too many nodes. Um, for each, yeah. So there's is there? For each county resource type in county resources, so for each one of these in the dictionary, it's doing this, but where are we creating this dictionary? What is the name of this county resources? What are we doing with this county resources here? This is not. Count faction resources of type. Check for, Jesus Christ. Of course I use this. Subtract county resources. Rename. I should have searched just in that one thing. It's got to be under here somewhere. Current document. Set initial max storage. No, that's not, we don't give, well, actually, this could show. Mm, I always have these goals when I start my 5,000 projects now to like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then I usually bail out like in the first 5 hours of game creation. I should just set like I should try to figure out how to do something. Actually, one of them, one or two, I was like, I just want to try to figure out how to do this. But most of the time, I have some lofty goal. I don't know why I even um, put such craziness. Subscribe to. I'm shocked I still have coffee left. Um, I have no update resources, copy and assign resources. This has to be it, right? For each county resource, no. Okay, so it is. It goes through all resources. Here's where we're doing it. All resources. What the fuck is all resources? County resource data. For each county resource, what the fuck? In all resources, what is this? Oh, this is something we're passing in. Gotcha. And this is an array that we're getting from all resources. Okay. Um, I've especially in the beginning, I would get really frustrated after spending 6 hours on something and then not figuring out. Sometimes though, I like I still get really frustrated, like because I spend so much time sometimes on something. Not so much anymore because I usually can find someone else who's had a similar enough issue, but I still, it still definitely happens. But sometimes after that 6 hours, like when I figure it out, I feel so fucking good. You know what I mean? Like I get like high off. I'm like, finally, fuck, I got it. It works. Then 10 minutes later, it doesn't work. But, for that 10 seconds, it's great. Um, okay, so, but I do actually, this has happened a couple times in streams where like I stream for 3 hours and like the first 30 minutes I'll be working on something, then I'll run into a bug, and the next 2.5 hours is just me being a fucking not being able to figure it out and being like fuck and getting all frustrated. And then after I stop streaming, I'll try to work on it some more, and then I'll finally figure it out. Sometimes it doesn't, I don't get that hot. Yeah, exactly. I'm not the, I'm invisible. In fact, instead, it's just like, man, I can't believe this stupid bug held me up for 2.5 hours during my stream, and it was so simple. One of those that I actually remember that was like a 2.5 hour stream of me struggling with this bug. After I stopped streaming, I was like, oh my God, if I had just put like a GD print in process, I could have seen where the time of when this variable was getting changed. Because before I was like the full 2.5 hours, I was like clicking, like trying to look and like, when is this getting changed? And the minute I put it in process and saw that it was getting changed, I just immediately fixed it. But and I didn't feel invincible at all. I felt like, God, what a dumb fucking maneuver that I didn't think of doing that right at the beginning. Anyways, so these are adding from this all resources list. So it's not in there. So what I think I'm misunderstanding how this for each thing is working. Wherever it was, now I've lost it. I watched someone else's stream. Actually, Bumblebite, he comes in the chat sometimes, and he was using the other Visual Code, Visual Studio Code is what he was using, and had bookmarked. I wonder if you can do that in this. He had like bookmarked important stuff, so he could just click on it and jump to that. You probably can. I don't really know. I don't even know if that'd be useful right now, but I could bookmark what I was working on because I do this all the time where I can't remember. So I feel like I also like this thing just by coincidence. I feel like this needs to be refactored, and I feel like if I start that, I'll never get out of it. But I don't know. I don't know. I actually thought about this earlier. No, it was last night. I was like, man, I really wish I could rewrite this to make it nicer. This switch and this other thing, and then it's like I gotta just keep moving forward. Or I'll be stuck on that forever. Um, let's see though. What was I working on? We were doing. So it wasn't the county resources. It was checking. So it was under preferred work. I'm actually gonna probably take a. Yeah, this is a perfect time for me to take a break. But let me get to. Yeah, it was right here. Is not equal to none. Okay, so this would have actually, it would have, so it is equal to none. So it's going through this. And it's checking their preferred work, and then it adds them to the thing. And that's why it says, I think it's happening here. It's probably happening in all of them. I wonder how, well, we looked at one earlier, and he was a researching, but his interest was warfare. So, so this is kind of, so this is kind of a bug that I like. This is the second time this has happened in like 2 days. A bug that I like. All right, I'm gonna go take a quick break though. Let me throw up my break timer, and let me do that, and I'll be right back. All right. Let's see here. Turn off the break timer or forget about it and be on break for the next hour. Back to this thing. So it is. So this is where it's happening. And so their current county improvement should be assigned actually to where they are, and they should be on the list for that county improvement. Hopefully, because we do want them on the list. So I hope. Um, so we need to fix basically that thing of when they stop working, wherever the hell that was. That was here, but it was towards the bottom. It was actually right here. So we need to null out their county improvement to. Do we though? Loyalty check, yes. So I think we need to go county improvement, current county improvement equals null. I don't have a method for this. Wait, wasn't I just looking at a method for this? I go back to this. What does this thing do? Let's make this a method. I think under and county improvement data. I think that might be a better solution than having to worry about this. Joker, that doesn't it? Like all of I am a blasphemer. Look at all this stuff. These should all be methods. I think, and we'll want it because we're affecting. Well, we're doing the county population. It does work. No, it works, but not how the way I want it to work. So it's half broken. So this should probably actually be under the county population, which just means more stuff in the county population or in the county population here. I guess this one isn't that outrageous. Public, nothing. Public void. I don't know. I do like that there's like a comedian who talks about the different way how when he came to the United States, he spoke Spanish or something, and he learned English and all the different ways we use like half-assed, and then that's ass, and just how ass is like such a weird term in English, and it can be used in all the different ways. So yes. I think it was Spanish. Public void remove remove from county improvements. We're gonna have to pass in a county improvement data though. Whoops. And because they have a list there. And then this will go back to here, and we'll copy this, and we'll put it here. And then we'll get rid of this. Get rid of this. Oh, I guess we don't need the county improvement. data. We'll go like this. And we'll go like this. And then we'll put a space down here. All right, let's see if this works how I think it should work. So this, we should be able to just delete this line, and then we can go like that. And then let's just run this and not mess with research real quick and see. Ismo, is that his name? So I used to run a tabletop. It was it's through Foundry, but virtual tabletop D&D game. And there's a point in like when everyone's moving around on the map where you don't really want them to do turns, but you want them to like kind of stick together, not just move across the whole fucking map. Because there's this issue I've had with on virtual tabletops where one player will always like just keep moving and just keep going like through the whole map if you just let them. So I was like, first it was like, let's half-ass this part where we don't do like turns, but they can move. And then it became too slow where they would be moving too slowly. So I was like, let's quarter-ass this. And so it always be would quarter-ass it where they would, but not so far that they would run across the whole map. Okay, let's see here. So we actually don't need that. We just need to see if we start getting bugs here. It should work, but I just want to see if there's, and then we can look here. Yeah, everything's normal. All right, that's fine. So now we have this thing. We can go back to our research thing, which is somewhere else in here. Keep researching. So this is where we can now go remove from county improvement. And then we have this, we probably should have a remove from research thing, even though it would only have this research. Let's just do it. Let's put that in there too. We'll go county population, remove from research. Boom, we'll generate this thing. We'll cut this. We'll jump over to here. And we'll put you in here. What? Internal? The fuck out of here. And we'll go current equals null. We may get rid of that getter setter that's there. That works so well. Yes. Okay, so if loyalty check, they're not working at all. But if this one see, this is the problem. We can put this here, but they're actually still working at the building, which is where we would want. We haven't taken them out of the building, but this getter setter that's here is going to set them to idle, and we don't want it to. Like, this works so perfectly temporarily. So how would we do this? Can we keep this getter setter here? I don't know why there's a big space here. Well, it's just one space. So let's think this through, because there's something, this shouldn't be. So the research is done. It's setting them to null. But it's setting them to idle. It should, but well, what happens if we just set it to work? What happens if we just put this to work? This is gonna not work, but oh, that's not gonna work because as a hero, um, but that's not that big of a deal. If this is in county population, is hero, we say this thing idle, else work. Um, this game is a game where you go into Unity, create a flat panel, then show your mom. What, what is the game? Um, let's see here. I don't know if that feels like I keep doing this where I do stuff like this and it feels kind of like janky, like a janky repair. But I think that actually might. What's going on over here? A janky repair. So first, let's just run this for a minute, and we got a bug here. This is where it bugged. It's not equal to. I didn't mess with any of this stuff. Oh, it has the faction type resource. I looked at one. Um, Not a single. They even didn't review it themselves and give themselves a good review. I assume you can do that. So did this happen immediately when I unpause this? Let's see here. Not immediately. It was when hour 1 happened. Something. Do I have anything open that shouldn't be? The whole game equals none. So I clicked on one of these resources. I looked at something. Did I change it? Where was it? It's up here. It wasn't a research item. It was a county improvement, and it was this. And this was set to research. What does this say? Whoops. Null. Whoops. I'm trying to copy it here. When did that start happening? Yeah, I don't know. It's object reference not set to an instance of an object. The banker is working on work. What did I change here? I did that remove thing, but it thinks it's croaking out here. County population. Did I mess with, do I need to regenerate the counties? I don't think I messed with anything in there. Let's go back. I must have deleted something or um, update work location. So it goes through and I think it's getting to here. It goes through this switch and it's getting to here. And then this is where it's oh, look, everybody's set to work. Oh. So the issue is, fucking hate this. Uh, um, okay, so the getter setter somewhere, the getter setter is setting everyone's current research item data to null. Somewhere. I don't know why we would be doing. Oh, you know where it's doing it? Is right here. Not right here. At the county generation level, you have to put something in there, so it's setting it to null, and then that makes the getter setter fire the getter setter fire. And this actually is a regular issue I have, where the getter setters are getting fired either by the inspector, like I change something in the inspector and that fires the getter setter, or it's happening too soon. And before it was working because these were all setting to being set to work or idle, but now it's setting everyone to work. And then I guess that croaks the game out. Yeah, because no one's set. Because no one has any work they're not assigned that county improvement yet. So it's kind of good that it bugged out, because otherwise it would have just, continued to work weirdly. All right, so we got to put this back, or we got to get rid of this getter setter. It was kind of cool while it worked, but it's kind of, so I love getter setters, but I've kind of been moving away from them because of this same issue where they get set either from the inspector. The inspector one is really the one that has doomed me in the past. That's why there's no current. There used to be one for current county improvement too. So let's get rid of this summary. Let's delete this. And then can I do this? Rename this. It will let me to a lowercase c. And then we'll delete this. It's part of it is like having something that it's like automatic seems like should be awesome, but once again, I wonder how many I have left. Well, here's one. This is so this is, it maxes out. This has the max thing in there. Yeah, I don't know. I wish they were. I remember when I figured out how to use them, I was watching something in Unity for network, how to do multiplayer, and the guy's tutorial just had one of those in there, and he didn't explain what it was, and I was like, "What the fuck is that thing?" And he just like kept going like that was normal, and he had to do. He called it like a property, Um, uh, and so he was just like, so then you set your property, and he just kept going. And I was like, so then I had to figure out what that was. And then I was like, this is actually pretty cool because there are times when they're useful, but it just, the inspector thing is the thing that kills me. I feel like the inspector shouldn't be setting them first. All right, so we're going to have all sorts of problems now because I deleted that, but we can't use it. And I had a feeling that was going to happen. So um, use math, min. GD script, you just put in min. How do you know it's math then? Um, it wanted me to do math F earlier, but I told it no. I said no. All right, so let's look this up. Current research. Yeah, this is what we want here. Let's just do it this. Just do it like this. Um, current project. So we were kind of reusing that getter setter a lot because it was there and it was working for some stuff. So um, oh, this is the one when I wrote this yesterday, I was like, later on, I think I said later on, I'm gonna wonder why the fuck I'm doing this, and I was just wondering why the fuck I was doing that. But it turns out okay. So the getter setter was no, the getter setter wasn't setting that the work thing though. um, so this is we can change this to remove from research. And then this one, this is the banker. Well, I think we're just gonna have to work or run it, and then um, I think isn't Math F though the Godot one? Um, remove from research. Stop researchers from researching. What is this? What is this getting? Okay, it's right here. What is this thing? Check for hero research. Okay, so this is the hero research. This is very similar. I think actually when I think I made a copy and pasted this. Oh no, this is also add researcher for office research, check for hero research. We have to go through all the heroes because there's, yeah, so there was a different thing here. Um, we'll fix these static things eventually here. I haven't forgotten about them. Where else are we using this? So this only applies to the hero. Stop hero researcher from researching. Probably we could combine this. We could probably combine these two though, so we don't have two different things. But I think it might be different. The thing is that this is kind of a, okay, I see what this is doing. Oh, and then we put it at the end. Okay, yeah. No, we'll just leave that like that. And this will be idle. We won't fuck with this one. This one we don't have to fuck with. I want to go back to this though. No, not back to that. We want to go back to this. Just that one word. Or I guess it's not one word. One whatever. That's gonna work fine. Check for hero research. We already looked through that crap. Keep researching. So this is the new thing that we this is where we stumbled across the problem. So this assigns that to there. We remove them from the county improvement. This is if their loyalty check fails. Remove them from research. When we remove them from the county improvement, it sets them to idle. When we remove them from the research, it just gets rid of their research, which is what we want. So then on this one, though, we need to update their thing to be work. So this is going to remove them from the research, but keep them in... I was thinking we could have this come before this and just set it to work. Their activity is work when they're removed from research. Let's do that. Activity. No, there's a whole thing for this. Update activity. All enums activities work. So this one will set it. We'll put a summary in here too. Removes the population's research data, item data, and sets their activity. Did I spell there wrong? There? I don't know. Activity to work. And then we'll go back over to here. So that's going to work for here. This just has to be above this. Because if it's above this, this will set them to idle. Remove from research needs to be above. Remove from county improvement so that the remove from county improvements sets them to idle. Let's continue on our look here. That's the one we already looked at. Remove from research. Maybe we weren't using this that much. That getter setter wasn't really being used that much. Oh, there was something over there. This needs to go to the research item data. Remove researcher. If the population isn't a hero, then they need to work at a research office. Thus they need to make their activity to work. This is the thing I fucked with earlier today. So when I was watching Bubble Bites video of his last stream, the other thing, did I already say this? It said you could so it kept saying freed, comma, worked on this 6 hours ago or something. And I was like, what the fuck is that? In his Visual Studio Code thing. And then he did a change and it updated and it said you worked on this 1 second ago or something. And I thought that was kind of cool that it had that ability to show, because then I would have seen this and be like, okay, this is what I worked on an hour ago. It was kind of I'm curious to go back and try out Visual Studio Code just to see. I don't want to relearn though. That has nothing to do with what I was doing here. Um, County population. I don't know. Do you guys use Visual Studio Code in chat? Tell me, or we're gonna pretend that if you're using GD script, of course you're gonna use the built-in thing. But um, I'm gonna put a thing here. There we go. So this removes them from their assigned research. I'm not gonna fuck with this one. I probably should. All right, I think we went through most of these. We just gotta run it and see. I hope that the thing I just fixed, we got a thing stuck on my screen. Thank you, Microsoft. And see if this bug went away. I think it should have, but we'll see. We just gotta wait till 1 hour here. Okay, the bug's gone. Let's double check, make sure everyone's whatever, scavenging or there's 2 Tinas that are here. All right, so then we gotta go to you. We don't have a building yet for that, so we gotta do the researcher's office. And we gotta build it and keep an eye out for bugs. We got a little... Oh, I was like, why didn't the day change? It's because I'm going too slow here. Building the research office. It seems like that's taking... Oh, it's because I did it after 1 o'clock. 1 a.m. You're working at the researchers thing. We got to assign you now. Tina Ross. You're up here. Let's go look over here. It didn't change this to research. Tina Ross, it should have changed this to research now. And it did not do that. I don't... Oh, right, because the getter setter was doing that. So we assigned that through... that was assigned through the hero list checkbox panel. No. We click that button. That button is on the research description panel. Container. Tina Ross is now researching whatever. Assign reach. This clears the list. It probably does other things besides clear that list. Okay, so here's where we were doing this before. The getter setter was kicking that into research. So did I just write a thing for that, or did I not just write? See? I didn't. So let's do this. Actually, where the fuck was that? That was under the research description panel. This is adding this county population to this assigned researcher. It is assigned researchers assigning that. I mean, we could update their thing to research. Is it not doing it for the hero? where's my, we don't do it this way. We do it over here, go to here. That's not, they're not set to research, so they're still showing up there. Let's see. This is now busted too. So let's write a new thing. I was trying to decide if we could get away with not writing a new thing, but I think we need to. Update research, current research. We had that. It's you know, like the Getter Center was fun. It was nice to have it automatically do that shit, but it's not. I will put this in here. This is going to be research though. And then we're going to say current research data equals, we need a research item data equals, and then we'll go back to this thing and we'll go update and we'll go like this. All right, I think that hopefully that next, the next thing here will, that fix will fix this next part. I guess we'll start with just the hero. We'll assign the hero here, Lillian Baker. You're there. You're no longer there. What does your thing show here? It says you're researching basic storage. We will put building this county improvement. We'll go to 8. This shit is still too fast. Do you see that? I swear the time kicked in faster later. Oh, they got 13. They rolled their thing. That's looking right. We got to go over to here. Susan McCarl. It's Lord Mac's wife, sister. I don't know. This is gone. That's what we want. This says research. That's not what we care about at all. Let's go back. Let's turn off this person. Perfect. Then let's let this, we have 2 people researching. It should be done in like 2 seconds. Oh, I clicked 8 and then I hit spacebar. All right, I think we are done. Amount of research Lillian did, Susan did. I assume this is done. This is done. No one, we got a bug. We're not removing them still. We're back to where I originally had that, the first bug that started out. We're not removing them from that list. They need to be removed from this assigned researcher thing. If they're a player. So the thing that's weird, I guess we should put the check in there. If you try to remove something from a list and it's not already not on there, it doesn't give you a bug or anything. It just continues on to the next thing. So what we want to do here, though, is if let's just do this. Research description panel instance assigned. Where is this fucking thing? It's under research control. Assigned researchers, remove this. So if when the AI does it, it's going to try to do this every time. Do we care? I don't know if we care. I'll put a note in here. When the AI removes people from research, it is going to try and do this. I am not sure we care. There's probably like some big no-no. Like, don't ever remove something when you're not removing something. So we might be able to test that really quick here, really easily by assigning a hero and then clicking that button. And then I think we got to reopen this. I think that worked. I don't know. Is it past one? It's already past one. So, whoops. We might not have enough time to research this with this being built. So let's see. We're not done yet. Now we're done. And they're set to work, which is actually what we want because we haven't assigned them to the research. And we'll do an alert. Like I was saying, we'll do an alert. And I think this should bug out right here if it's still broken. And it didn't. And then so we'll be able to test here when research is done what happens. Okay, so the population, they're idle, they're working, which is what we wanted. Though that gives me another thought. If they're set for work there, when do they, besides their loyalty check, when do they ever stop working at that research thing? I think we have this built in already. That would be under, so their activity's set to work. And it's going to go through all of these cases, and if it's on work, keep working at county improvement is built in here, and it's also a loyalty check. So are they getting 2 loyalty checks? So they're getting a loyalty check there. And then they get that loyalty check. All right, so they're not getting 2 loyalty checks because they only get a loyalty check if they're researching. Well, let's double check. What did I call that thing? Keep working, keep scavenging, keep something. All right, where the fuck is the thing? I think it's keep something. It's right here. Keep researching. So if they're set to research, it does do the loyalty check. But then if they fail, it goes to work or idle. If they fail their loyalty check, they're not going to work there at all. They're going to go straight to idle. But if they fail, if the research is done, they're going to be on work. But every day that goes by, it will check their loyalty, and if their loyalty isn't enough, it will kick them to idle, which is what we want. There will be an alert for the player though, so that the player will know that they're idle, or they're working their idle, and they can assign them more research. But yes, that's no buts about it. What is going on here? I missed something there. Is having them is having interest dot name. There we go. All right, because I changed. We made that into a whatchamacallit yesterday, a resource. All right, so that works. They're done. They will stop working. That took an unusually okay. No, it didn't. It took the standard amount of time for me. Standard amount. When research is done, being researched, the county improvement needs to be added to the faction possible county list. So what this is talking about is I noticed something one day. So well, we could have just looked at the last thing. Let's say that we're going to research this warehouse. We're going to assign this person, right? And when the research is done, I wonder if we have it. Does it say the research is done down here? Because it sure should. It doesn't. Let's fix that. Research. Done. Um, research amount done. I think I actually may have made that a getter setter as well under research item data. I keep closing stuff. I keep closing stuff that I need. I don't know why I'm doing that all of a sudden. Research item data is actually a resource, so it's going to be up here. Yeah, so this sets we could do event log instance. You know, we could make this thing not an instance too. We could do a oh no, we need it to be an instance. Add log $. So here's a getter setter that I think should be okay. Research name has been completed. All right. Kelly's interest in warfare is having them research basic storage. That doesn't seem right. What? Okay, so something has gone wrong here. All right, so this is, oh no, this is a different one. We're going to put that back though, because what this is, we got interest. What do I got going here? Name. So it's this one. Research by interest. If the county population's interest type equals research item interest type. Where's my interests? What the fuck? How did all these get sucked back to biology? I went through and changed all these things. Biology is biology. I know I did. Okay, maybe I didn't. I'm pretty sure I did. This is another thing that's just so fucking error prone. You know, imagine 2 years from now when I have 45 interests and I have to go through and change all these things. Like, this is just waiting for me to fuck something up. Then it's that same, I put a note in. There's another thing that, like, I needed to, like, automatically change over. So if that didn't stick, I don't think it did. Did these things stick? It did. Maybe I just didn't adjust that. All right, let's see if this. I don't think biology should be helping their storage thing. And then I'm going to take a break after this test. Oh, God, what is this? What was that? Oh, see, um, this is an instance where the getter setter is being set too early again. So fuck. Let's try this without that. Because the event instance doesn't exist. Did I save that shit? I hope I saved that. This should now. No, we gotta wait till 1 o'clock. Whoops, 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. Information is having them do basic storage. I thought I did engineering. See how error prone this shit is? Warehouse is engineering. So there's something else. So something must have happened because I swear to God, yesterday I went through and fixed these things. So we're in county improvement. Their interest is engineering. There was a third thing. It was under research. This is not the first time this has happened, by the way. I've had weird shit happen with resources getting bizarre when there's like what I think it is when they hit a null when there shouldn't be a null there, and it kind of like fucks the resources up. And if you don't fix it, like if this isn't that particular thing, but it will give you like a major bug. And then if you say, oh, okay, whatever, and then you close Godot, it actually blows away all of your resources, and you have to go reset them all back like I just did. It's a bug in Godot. My description of the issue was not very good, but I've encountered it before. And I encountered it in a stream, and then I had to go back and reset all of my resources for this game, and it was awful because it was every resource was broken, was reset back. So if you get a weird bug where it pops up, it will pop up a screen and it will say like, "Hey, this thing is missing," even though you know it's not missing. Don't close Godot, or you're fucked. One more time, I just want to see if this is now working. Yeah, see, that's very error prone. Engineering, they're doing basic storage. All right, we'll leave this up. I'll leave this up. I'm going to go take a break. Let me put up my break timer, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. All right, I am somewhat back here. Let me fuck around with my music here. And the music that you guys can't hear. And then go back here. All right, what were we doing? Okay, so what I was gonna do here was, before we got that bug that I think we just fixed, well, before I noticed that weird shit, so if we research something, we're just gonna assign a researcher there. Run this for a couple of days. I guess we're not gonna get a thing saying the research is done. There we go. Man, I really kind of want that. It sucks we can't do it. You know, there's got to be a place where we know where the research is done, um, because they get unassigned and stuff. So I guess we can. It's not in here. Um, it's right here. Except that under the hero, it's in a different spot. I think this is still on my clipboard. It is. Um, uh, where was that other? We had some other fucked up spot. It was under here. It was. Oh, I closed it. Why do I keep doing that today? I was doing it yesterday too. It's some public class that's just like the only thing that's in there is one thing. Oh, it's not in the right spot either. It's supposed to be in here. Um, I guess let me close this. Let me do this. And let me put this in its right spot. And then let's reopen it. Um, what was that? What's roles? It says that there's references to this. Oh, this is like a tribute. This needs to be moved. This needs to be moved to attribute data. We don't need it open. I was just wondering what it was because I saw it as I was looking. We need to go back. I don't want to get sidetracked. I mean, I guess I already am. No, this isn't what I was thinking. I mean, it is, but it could be another reason why we're removing. Did I test that? Man, I don't want to test any more of this shit because I don't want to. Oh, I can't. Anyways, to look at we're looking. So we finished researching. Oh, we don't even have warehouse. Well, this is the problem. Warehouse needs to be added to this, and our county improvements. We've finished researching this, so warehouse needs to be on this list, and it's not. So I guess this is two birds with one stone here. When we finish a research, we need to, well, first off, there's two things we got to do here. We need to have the finish research be one method, and then we'll stick in, to that method, we'll stick in the event thing, and we'll stick in adding this to the possible. That's going to be for all of the counties that you own. Okay, so let's find where we're doing that because we found one place where we keep researching is no, that's not it. It's under. It's go back here. It's under. Add research for office research. Includes a skill check. Check for hero research. Okay, so here's one spot. So this should be here. We don't know the research data here. All right, let's write this method. We have two different things that are, well, there's actually a bunch of them, but this is stop hero researcher from researching. What does this actually do? I'm going to leave that bug there. It removes them from the research and updates their activity to idle. This needs to be below remove. Whoop, got caps lock on there. Remove from research. I don't know why I'm from research, because that sets them the population activity to work. I would assume it stops the hero researcher from researching. It does, but what exactly? How is it? Where else are we using this? If it's just in here, and it is, that's actually not what this is. This is completed. Yeah, so this is completed. Research. Oh, but the reason why it's set for hero, because it's different than the other one. Just stop. It's different than the whatchamacallit, the population research. They're different. They have different things that they do. This is in the banker. So we're probably, do we want our finishing research thing? Where would we put that? It's done, but we're not actually affecting. What are we affecting the most? That's how I've been put where I put my method is what variables are we affecting the most? Then I put it there. So for this stopping of research, we have to have this event log. We want the event log, and we want to move the county. Well, we need to remove the population. See, these are going to have to be different spots. But the main thing, we're actually not removing it. We're adding. We need to add it to the county population. So let's do this. Let's first. Man, this should be in the county data. We're going to put this in the county data, even though this thing's out of control. Public void add. This doesn't need to go there. Man, I just accidentally got rid of the thing I wanted on my clipboard. It's going to be in the faction data, actually. We're going to go public. I'm just sticking this, it's just wherever. Void. Add. County improvements to possible county. What is this fucking list called? Possible buildings or something? Possible improvements. It's actually under the county data. This will all make sense eventually, I hope. This includes all county improvements, even possible ones, under construction county improvements, and completed county improvements. Where are we getting our list? Find county improvement of type. Generate buildings. What the fuck is this? This is it. No, where is this at? County generation. This is not it. If research is done and that thing exists, basically what we need to look for here is county improvement control. Is it's going to be in here somewhere? If the county improvement status is none, it makes the county improvement button and it adds it. That's if its status is none. Else, it puts it underneath the other parents. Possible county improvements, yeah. So what is its status? So we do need to go back to this list and see how this list is being generated. All right, so this is the thing. We do need to add it to the list of all county improvements. So back to our faction thing. I think to all county improvements. So we go to here. We need to pass in a county improvement data. And we're going to call it county improvement data. And then we're going to say, because it's in this thing, for each county data, because it needs to be in all of them, county data in all counties, whatever what do we call it? We have a list somewhere in this faction data. That's why I'm putting it in here. That is a list of counties factions own. Counties, I gotta put a note in because I'm about to forget it. It's already leaving my brain. We need it right here. It needs to be when you win a battle. My phone thinks I'm talking to it. When you win a battle and when you take over a county, all county improvements need to be updated to the current faction's county improvements list. We could take the list from the capital and copy it over the new counties list, whatever, counties list. All right, so when we win a battle, we need to make sure that they're able to build and research the same stuff. And that's what that is. We currently don't do that at all because everyone has the same shit. We're going to put this over here. We're not going to get this done today. Once again, we're so close though. Okay, we're not that close. I moved this over here because we're working on pretty much the county improvements, and I wanted to make it so that you could make multiple of the same county improvement. I had an idea originally where you only can have one of each type of building, but that was a dumb idea. So for each one of these, we need to county data, all, add county improvement data, and then so going back to this thing, let's look at our county improvements. I think we're going to want this list alphabetical. Right now, it's going through, it's using nothing on here. It must be reading it from disk. So it must read it from disk currently, which is not how I do things anymore. But I'll probably need to go back to that. But we need to alphabetize this list, because let's say we just did the whatever something that starts with a B. It would be at the end, and we don't want it at the end. We need to alphabetize this thing by name, and I can't remember how to do that. So I know I asked ChatGPT the other day. It's similar to this. Let's just ask it again. In C#, how do I alphabetize? That's not alphabetize. A list. And we're going to put in like this. And then the county improvement data is, do I not have that open either? No. Yes, I don't have it open. Yes, I don't. That's some programmer talk there. No, we don't want to use the GD script crappy sort. The crappy sort. We're going to use the link thing, I'm pretty sure. County improvement data, is it just improvement name? It is. Improvements name. And let's see if it figures out. Order by. List of objects, you can use the link. Improvement name is a road, a bridge, a school. Output the alphabetized list. Okay, so this is all we need. Is this thing. It'd be interesting. It's out there somewhere. Occasionally I can find this stuff. Is the speed of how things do things, you know, it's probably sorting a short list like this is not that speed relevant, but I'm curious how fast, because the link's supposed to be so fucking good, you know, how fast it would sort versus this. All right, so this is that. What do you want on here? It always makes me do some weird thing. Oh, it wants me to do this thing, and this looks like gibberish to me, so I don't do it. Like these dots. Maybe we'll just do it. Use collection expression. Doesn't that just look like gibberish to me? Well, yes. Doesn't that look like gibberish to me? Answer. And tell me how I feel. Um, we can make this like a method too and have it somewhere. Bumblebite, how's it going? I was just talking about you earlier. Um, I was talking about because I watched some of one of your streams yesterday, one of your old streams, and I was because you use Visual Studio Code, and I was like, what is this thing on his? It kept saying like freed 3 hours ago and stuff on it, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And I didn't know what freed was, and then finally I saw one that said like you edited this 3 hours ago, and I was like, oh, that must be like another user. And I was like, that's actually kind of cool that it shows when you like last edited um, something, you know. All right. So back to this though. And I was thinking maybe I should try out Studio Code, but I don't want to learn a new one. It's probably new hotkeys and stuff. It would be nice to know both though, I guess. And then there's the writer one that always comes up. All right, so this is going to be alphabetized. We add the county improvement to all county improvements. We also so that this part is done. So this part's done, and the next part we got to do is now have a write a thing that is the completing a research, which is where we were getting to, and then I jumped away from it because it dawned on me I needed that over there. So we're gonna need that should probably be in the research. Did I close it again? I didn't close it. There's no way I closed it. You know what it is? They're going down here. No, there's a way to make this 2 lines. And that turned off. And they're all hidden down here. That's why I keep saying, like, what the fuck? I'm closing that shit? I'm not. And I do this every time. Yeah, see all this shit that's open? There's a button somewhere. Show tabs in multiple rows. See, there they all are. Yeah, I could imagine. I could totally imagine. Like I even just knowing because I looked at something and I was like, when did I do this? Is this like 6 months old or like did I do it earlier today? Yeah, I don't know why this little thing defaults back. Maybe there's a hotkey that I'm hitting. All right, so I was like, man, I'm closing all this shit all the time, but no, I wasn't. It was just a lot of this doesn't need to be open though. Like that thing. We're done with that, I hope, for a while. All right, now we're back to my 2 rows of stuff. Now what the fuck was I doing? One of my coworkers, I'm surprised his computer doesn't start bugging. He has like 50 tabs open all the time, and he's using them too. Like just kind of the same as what I'm doing here. Like he's jumping to them occasionally. I don't think we need this research thing open. No, we might. So 294. I used to work with this lady who left up open tabs so she would remember to look at them later, and it would become this thing where she would have like 300 open and her computer would bog down and I'd be like, you have to close some of those tabs. And, she would never go back to the stuff. Um, so we were going to do this under county improvement data, right? No, we were going to do this under research item data. And we're going to put a method in. All right. Yeah. This is where it's going to be right here. Public void complete research. And I didn't want to do this because I had this beautiful getter setter in here, but actually I guess I do want this thing. This needs to be here too. We'll just do this all in one spot. And then we can put that event. We can't put the event thing in here though, if it's in this getter setter. 30 gigabytes of memory. Remember back in the, I actually think it was Windows 7 had like a pretty limited amount of memory that you could put in, like physical memory that you could put in there. So I'm once again, and maybe I need to take this getter setter out of here. You know what? I just won't put the event thing in here. But then we need to go do a faction data. We don't actually know the faction though, so we'll have to pass in a faction data for this. And we will go faction data complete. What was it? What did I just call that thing? Add county improvements to all county improve. Oh, I spelled improvement wrong again. Yeah, okay. Now we need these things, even though that's not gonna. What is your problem here? Look, I spelled it right there, and then I spelled it wrong there. We need to pass in a county improvement data. The fuck is this? Oh, this is the list. This is the list of county improvement datas. That this research controls. Okay, so we actually need. So that seeing that and me wondering what the fuck that was actually helped me. Wait, we have a researchers list in here too? Are we doing something with that? Are we doing something with this? I think. I don't know. I remember what I can't remember the limit though. Was it 16? I think it was 16, wasn't it? I don't remember what the limit is now for Windows 11. I'm sure there's a limit. 64 maybe? On my other computer, I remember when I bought it, that was like I want to max that shit out right at the beginning. So we need a county and data. So this is actually the reason why I said it's good that I noticed that list is because we actually need to go through this list because some of these control multiple county improvements data. That's an array. I mean, I don't know why I sounded so upset about that. It's fine that it's an array. Oh, that was another thing watching your video, Bumblebite. I only watch it for like 20 minutes or something. Man, you're so much faster on the how you click things and stuff. I was like, holy shit. I was like, how did he get that variable over there? Oh, all right. So then we'll add all of these. 6 terabytes? Oh, I guess I didn't max it out. Oh, for enterprise? Well, enterprise is, it's weird how they name stuff. Is that like the pro version? All right, so this is gonna set. Oh man, I was, like I said, I was impressed. I was just like, how did he do that? Is it you double click on stuff more than me, which I need to do, like double click that because it's faster than me going, "Eh," you know. Um, 2 terabyte. Pro is also 2 terabytes. Um, or no, 2 versus 6. Imagine having 2 terabytes of memory. Okay, so this is going to set it to true. This is going to set this. This is going to add all of their. It's going to add the county improvement to all of their counties. Oh, and I never renamed this. 48. That's a weird number, though. You did a weird number. We need to pass in a faction data in here, though. And we can't in this getter setter. Yeah, this getter setter has to go. That makes me sad. Maybe what we'll do. Is there a way to get around this? Let me think about this for a second. Um, um, my computer on my good computer, it's for video games. You know, video games are. I think I have 64. I can't remember. On this one, I don't know what I have. On this one, let's see. Um, 32 on this one. I feel like this computer is kind of sucking. Mm. All right, so I guess this is what we'll do. We'll take this out of here. We'll take this out of here. And we'll get rid of this. So all this is going to do is just make it so that it never can be above the cost of research. And actually, we can get rid of that too. Man, this is like another one that, like, it was so nice having it, but it's just not going to work with what we're doing. Um, uh, I wonder if we're using this. You know what I'm going to do is comment this out and see if we get a bunch of bugs. We already have one, so we can. It's not saying anything there. Just build it and see if that explodes anything. Um. Oh, this is, yeah, I guess we're not using that research thing. Well, we'll leave it commented out for now and we'll see what happens. So anyways, so what we're going to do, we got to go first off. This should actually be, there's two steps to this, and I think we have them both here now. Workday over for population. No, we needed that research, well, here it is. Here's where that bug is. So we wanted to, oh, except this isn't going to work anymore because I had to get rid of that getter setter. You know what? I can put that back. That will be okay, I think. I can do this. Go back here. Actually, don't go back because I'm going to lose a bunch of crap. Let's do this. This goes to here. Greater than or equal to. Yes, now we need that thing back there. Then we go else. Why do I have an else in here? Is research done equals false? It should already be false, but would there be a reason why we could go negative research? There could be. I guess we'll leave it. So this is gonna, all right. And so then we go and we check. This getter setter will do sort of what we wanted, but it will also kind of, it's I don't like it. That's the long story here. Back to this bug here. It's over here. I left this here on purpose. So then here, if it's done, we go like this. And we pass in this, whoops. We pass in the faction data. And then we have this thing. See, this kind of sucks. Always bug below 0. Yeah, I don't know. Currently, it can't go below, or it can't go down. But I'm thinking maybe in the future, maybe I should put that in there. So this is going to complete the research. When the research, when we run this, it should, I'm just going to go through this again since I'm all over the place here. County improvement, then it goes through all these and it adds it to the thing. How will we know it's done? When this research amount kicks this over. So that should be fine, even though I still, then we're going to go, can I put the event log in here? No, I can't put it in here because of the stupid thing where when the thing runs at the beginning, it checks all of these, and if they're done, it puts them in there. So that's not gonna, motherfucker. So we'll have to put, because some of them are done when the game starts, and the thing, the event log thing hasn't loaded yet. The instance of the event log, there's a way we could fix that actually, where we wouldn't need an instance. But we're not going to do it. We're gonna go back. We're not gonna fix it though. Why would we fix something? Where was that fucking thing? Was it under the banker? Yeah, complete. We'll leave this here, and we'll like this is back to the refactoring hell that we were talking about. I could get into the refactor this because it's bad and it needs to be fixed, but I don't want to do that right now. So this is one spot where this needs to be. And then we need it also up here again. See, this is trash. No, we don't need this event log here. We don't need this here. Wait, what does this thing do? If the population's null, it gets the fuck out of there. If its research is done, it gets the fuck out of there. We don't need these up here. But why would it be removing it from the research? But this is when it's completed. So if, oh, okay, so this one is like a check. So this is if you have multiple heroes researching the same thing. The first guy completes it. The second guy hits this. It's just like, no, get him out of here and make him stop researching. But we don't want it here. This is what we want here. So this is our first pile of dog shit that we've written. And then we need to go to this other thing. We need to also, I know, I gotta do that all the time. It sucks. So this, though, is not the same thing. We gotta go to where they're doing their research. And actually, I think we can search this. No, that's where if it's completed. This is wrong too. I mean, it's not wrong, but it is wrong. Honestly, the best way to do this is with that getter setter that I just, because it would solve all of these problems. But it's going to fire at the beginning a bunch of times. And it would actually, if we got the event log to work in the when you start the game, this would fire off a bunch of times. It'd be like, this is completed, 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 completed. So basically what happens currently is it just you keep researching, and then like when the research is done, it doesn't actually the human, they're not humans, the county population doesn't check again until the next day. Actually, no, that's not true. It checks at the end, but then the next guy, it could already see it's going to fire this twice if you have two people working on the same thing. And then when it's done, so yeah, that's not going to work. This works, but this log doesn't work. And this doesn't work. Both of those things do not work. If you have two people researching the same thing, it stops them from researching the same thing, which is what its original intent was. So that works, but we don't actually know. Man, I ran into this so many times. I'm curious, like I'm thinking maybe we put a bool into like the globals that's like game start, and then after, because it's always the same thing with the getter setters where either the changes I made in the inspector are firing them at the beginning of the game when you hit start, or stuff hasn't loaded because the code is changing stuff. It's like updating things. Though we could put a bool in, like if game start equals false, then it starts keeping track of the getter setters. Because that would really, like, having the getter setter work on this research data would solve all of our problems. All problems would be solved. No, that's not true. Not all of our problems would be solved. Some of our problems would be solved. We would need another getter setter for is research done. No, that wouldn't help us either. Because this does get fired multiple times. Does it? No, maybe it doesn't. Actually, I don't think it does. Because that thing's checking first. So then after the game starts, somewhere on here, there might be another way to check for this. I did this on another game. Like I don't want to call it a game. Another thing I've been messing around with. I was like, don't do something until like the start game button disappears, is hidden. We don't have a start game button. We could do like if the clock is over a certain amount, do this. But once again, actually we could do it with the clock. If we say if the clock is over 1 a.m. and then do this, day 0, 1 a.m. Is there any way that the player could complete this before? Do we set our... Actually, so we would put in... I actually think this might work. If clock instance day is equal to 0 and no is equal to or greater than 0. Do we need to have that in there at all? So we have it at day 0 and then because we can't have, if we say if it isn't greater than the hour 1, when it's back to hour 0, we would have a problem. If the day is greater than 0 or the clock instance hours is greater than 1. So if it's the first day that this would work, or if it's at the first, if it's hour 0, or sorry, the day 0, but the hour is greater than 1. I think this will work, actually. What a strange way to do this. You know what's going to happen, though? Is this fucking instance isn't going to be built by the time. It's not going to be built. It's not going to be existing by that time. When does this thing happen? This happens in county generation. I think this will happen too soon. Come on. Come on, little buddy. Yeah, it's the same problem. This isn't here yet. Mm. It's like I'm running in circles. I'm curious about something earlier that happened. All right. That was not. I was making sure that this didn't get messed up because I wasn't sure if it was something that like Godot did or if it was a mistake I made. I think it was a mistake I made. Now, um, all right. Since I'm at my 3 hour mark here, I'm gonna add what we're doing here. So basically, what I need to do, let's put you over here. I need a way for the initial setting of variables to not run methods in a getter setter. This is I'm trying to condense down all of this because this keeps happening, and then I say, well, let's just get rid of the getter setter, and then um I gotta I think instead of working around this problem where I just keep getting rid of these getter setters because it's making my life more difficult, and then I'm having to put in adding these methods in different spots, and if I forget one, and then the problem is, it'd be a lot easier if these getter setters would just work. Um, so I think, and I'm thinking about this right now. So I want to put like a kind of a long note in here because I'm gonna forget by next weekend. I think, where's that thing called? It's the auto load. What the fuck does this thing even do? Is reading something from disk, it's duplicating resources. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I feel like 3 hours is good. I was watching someone else's stream. I've been actually sitting on my ass wanting to watch like TV, I'm calling it, but then I've been like looking at Twitch, but most of the time no one I know is streaming. Watching someone else's stream, they were talking about like how when they first started streaming, they only stream for an hour, and I feel like it takes like an hour for people to notice that you're online and whatnot. Um, and I used to stream a lot longer on my video game channel, but like I work a day job and stuff, and I don't know how I was doing that. Um, like I'd stream for like 5 or 6 hours. I don't know how the fuck I was doing. That's like half your day. Um, so this is what I'm thinking here. We put in maybe we could put, what is this thing called again? An auto loader? Where'd it go? Um, yeah. I wish it would be nice to be able to stream for a living, but I don't want to do any advertising and stuff. Yeah, this is called auto load. I said when I got to 500 followers or subscribers on any channel, I was going to set up a Patreon, and I finally got to 500 on YouTube, which is significantly easier than like Twitch or Twitch or Twitch. on my other channel, but I still haven't set up a Patreon. I don't think it's going to really bring me any money. It's not like I set up a Patreon and the 500 people are going to make me rich. It's not going to happen, but I figured I would do something. But yeah, so we're going to put this in here. I need a way for the initial setting of variables to not run methods in the getter set. Maybe we could put a script in the auto load that has a bool or some shit. That is switched to false once the game has started. So after all the generation is done. All right, I think that's enough for me to remember, I hope. Then what we can do is have that, like, game starting would be false, or would be true, I guess. And then once that's done, we could hit these, it would say, we would switch it to false. We'd have to put like a thing at the bottom, I think, though. Like a node at the bottom that kicks that off. Or maybe attach it to like this counties or something. I don't know, we'd have to do something. But once that's off, we could run it would run the other getter setter things. And I think that would solve some of our issues. Because this thing would be so much easier if we just had that getter setter. I guess I wouldn't actually. No, we decided it's never going to do that. Yeah, I think it would be easier. Because otherwise we have to put this every time a research is done. I don't know. I feel like that I'm like fighting against myself here. Wow, look at all these changes. Did I really make all these changes? I mean, I must have, but oh, like some of these I just moved an enum around. I guess I did make them, but we're almost done. What did we finish today, though? We researchers. We basically, it was a bunch of little things. A bunch of little things, research related. What did I call this stream? Almost done. Well, okay, that's true. Almost done. Almost done. I swear. Okay, there we go. Properties are for safety as well. So that's what I kind of feel like I'm fighting against. Like, I feel like they were making, like, I always knew that this is going to always be true when this certain, instance was happening. But now I'm like trying to yeah, I feel like I'm fighting against myself by taking out of all these getter setters. Let's commit this. Yes, save. And then, yes, push. And then, we're so close. I know I keep adding, but we're down to 3 things. And if I did, like, this one shouldn't be that bad as long as I did everything correctly up to this point, which is a, this needs to be here, but not. I guess we do need to do that too. I'll just put it over. Well, no, let's do these. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you probably next weekend. Have a good work week, I guess. All right. Bye.